What's up, guys? Jamie here, and welcome to episode 17 of No Turning Back. Today, we will be discussing as the title says, FastLane predictions, and also we will be talking about the latest news on The Undertaker, as well as AJ Styles and Jericho's match. And anything else would you like to add while I get the card up?
Just Finn Balor returned, so we'll be talking about that.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that some, and just if anybody can't tell, I'm on my backup camera today because we're trying to make sure that it's widescreen because the Hangout app doesn't want to make me widescreen when I'm sitting up. When I'm laying down, it's fine, but when I'm sitting up, it's a problem. So I don't know, but
it just doesn't like you.
It doesn't like me. I don't know what the problem is, but yeah, she's getting the card up, and I'm getting the link out for all of you. So hope everybody's good this week. And my NXT review, it'll be back on track next week. The week before I didn't do it because I didn't feel well, and this week my schedule changed. So I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to be watching NXT so I can figure out when the reviews go up. So.
Oh, by the way, we are going to do a Raw reaction the night after Fastlane because The Walking Dead's on, and I obviously won't be able to do a reaction live. Well, I could, but it'd be very awkward for me to film 1 hour or be on live 1 hour, then run downstairs, be gone for an hour, leave Raz there for an hour, and then come back the other hour. So just gonna film on Raw because it's usually a good episode or a good show right after a pay-per-view. And plus, like we were gonna say, more talking about Undertaker is that he's rumored to come back either that night or the night after, which you'll have some sort of Undertaker reaction video. So, and I'm sure you guys will like to see me react live to that.
Yeah, and lucky me, I get invited now to see it live too, which is always great. So yeah, should we just?
Well, wait, why is the okay? Where do I go? Shows, right? Yeah.
Yeah, shows, and then WWE FastLane.
Okay, but it's all new now, so.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't been to WWE.com
in
the last couple of days, apparently.
Oh, wait, are the matches here? Yeah, they are. Okay.
Okay.
I think, but we'll just...
Should we just...
Brock Lesnar's making your face. You know the face that you do? He's making it in the picture I'm looking at right now. But inside joke between us. Okay. So I'm not going to go in.
Why did you bring that up on the air? But okay.
Why not? Okay.
Just threw me for a loop there, folks.
These are the matches, right?
Yes.
The Wyatt family's tag team match, and then Kalisto and Jericho and Styles. Okay. Yes. I'm looking at it right then. Yeah, well,
should we talk about Mark Henry's injury, though, first?
You want to touch on it quickly while I actually probably go to see?
For those that didn't see the match, it was Mark Henry versus Big E of the New Day from a fallout of Mark Henry walking out on them on SmackDown the week prior, and Big E had Mark Henry up for the big ending, and then all of a sudden, he just very gently, as best you can, drops him to the mat, and the referee quickly counts 3, and you can see Mark Henry writhing in pain, and very, very quickly before the camera got off, you could see the referee giving the X sign, which for those that don't know is the universal sign for we've got a legit injury here. So
I did not see that because my TV decided to, the only channel, mind you, that decided not to work when I happened to be watching Raw, so I did not see that part.
Yeah, it was
WWE thing.
It was terrible because she was like panicking. She was like, "It's not working," and then everybody on Twitter was trying to catch her up.
And he was trying to help me, and I just kind of was like, yeah.
So yeah, that's basically the most significant thing that happened on Raw. More significant things happened on SmackDown actually this week, which is a big
Oh,
change from what the norm usually is.
okay. I think I have the matches. Yeah, I do. Okay. So, anyways, you don't. Should I save like the main event for the ending, or should I just go in any particular order, or should I just read random matches, or?
I think save the main event for the end. Save like
Okay.
Styles and Jericho in the main event for the end, and then
Okay. Okay. Can I start off by saying that there are 2 Divas matches on this card?
wow, that just continues to prove how much the landscape has changed in the last year and a half.
Before they wouldn't even get 5 seconds on the screen. There are 2 matches. When was the last when like we don't normally see that, so I just wanted to point that out. So I guess speaking of them, we will start off the match. Yep, we're gonna wrestle, but no, we're gonna start off the. we're gonna start off the match with. No, we're going to start off talking about the Divas, or the women's wrestlers, whatever you would like to call them. So, the Divas Championship, Charlotte versus Brie Bella. Your
I don't see Charlotte losing this match, especially if the rumors are true about what the main event is going to be at WrestleMania for the Divas title, which is something we called about a month ago, but I don't want to talk about that now in case it doesn't happen, because then it'll be like, well, why did they even bring that up? But if those rumors are true, let's just say it involves the 3 most popular divas by anybody's standards right now in the main event at WrestleMania. So if those rumors are true, then I don't foresee Charlotte losing the title. But I could see this being a lot better match than people think, because they are trying to make Brie Bella a sympathetic figure. It pretty much was confirmed that she's going to be retiring soon. Of course, Daniel just left us due to injury, so it's going to be a very good match, and people are going to be surprised at how well Brie has a showing in this match.
And she's not normally like, I don't mean to be rude to her, but she's kind of like the less popular twin, if you know what I mean. So it's nice to see her kind of like, I mean, granted, Nikki is hurt, but it's nice to see her in something, and not just like Nikki's sidekick in the background. And I also think Charlotte, not only for your reason that you said, but I think Charlotte is going to win because I still can't see her losing, and because Brie's leaving soon. So, and this was supposedly not announced, but this was supposedly decided even before Daniel retired. It just didn't come out until now. But I don't think Brie Bella is going to win simply because she's leaving. And anyway, even if she wasn't, like, I still couldn't see her winning. But I also, like I was saying, it's nice to actually see her in something else instead of being like the sidekick,
It is, yeah.
All right, so who do you see winning before he just like? Oh wait, we already said that. Never mind. I'm not awake. So obviously Charlotte, we think, is winning for
this
match. Okay, so next match, your Bay versus my Queen versus Naomi. Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks versus Naomi and Tamina.
Becky and Sasha have to win here because they're both so strong right now, and they're both seen as the most legitimate threats to the Divas Championship. And Sasha really, really needs a pay-per-view win more than Becky does as well, because she just went full-on face, and they're not going to kill her momentum. But I do think that even though she's full-on face in terms of booking, I think she'll continue to play like a tweener type of persona, where she'll be not quite friends with Becky Lynch. Like, they'll go back to, you're in my way kind of a thing after this match. But I completely expect them to win, and it'd be a really good match.
No offense to Naomi and Tamina, but I kind of don't care for them. And I really, especially Sasha, I love Sasha. So I definitely think Becky and Sasha will win. But I think people, when I was saying like your Bay and then my Queen, people are a little bit confused, but you know what I was on about.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's with the we basically spend so much time together, folks, that we have our own language.
Yeah, if you didn't know, Becky Lynch is his love, and then Sasha Banks is my queen. I call my favorite divas my queens. So if you follow me on Twitter, you would know that. So
Yes, and the link is finally out if you would like to do the another inside joke of the retweetings.
the retweetings. Okay, so this is in the pre-show though, but the New Day to appear on the Cutting Edge Peep Show.
That's gonna be great. That's gonna be one of the best segments WWE has done in a long time, and I cannot freaking wait to see the premiere of the Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness. So, which is going to be right after FastLane.
Exactly. So first of all, sorry, go ahead. Continue.
I don't know if I'll be watching it right after FastLane because I don't like staying up super late. It'll probably be more like a Monday or a Tuesday thing. Like I could see us, we'll probably end up doing that on Tuesday because we'll be staying up for Raw on Monday, and then Tuesday we'll be like watching that like before we go to sleep or something probably. But I still can't wait to see it though.
Oh, I know. So first of all, you know how New Day is hysterical, period. Like they are hilarious every time they come on the ring. And then you have Edge and Christian. You know how hysterical those two are together. They're like inseparable romance. They're hilarious. And then when you add to the like for the funniest people, you add them together, that's just going to be absolutely hysterical. And I've seen them do other stuff on the network on other shows, and you know how funny they are. And then New Day acts like that outside of character as well, and then bringing them together in the show is just going to be perfect.
Yeah, the last interaction they had with Edge and Christian playing New Day Sucks on the Kazoos was hilarious. So
yeah, and then Big E decided to like eat the kazoo and then threw it on the floor.
Exactly. Yeah. Basically, if you think about it, you know, in terms of thematically and progression and things, New Day is the modern Edge and Christian. Edge and Christian were Edge or New Day before New Day, so it makes perfect sense. This pairing. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so next match is, I guess we'll go for Intercontinental Championship match. Kevin Owens, your boy, versus Dolph Ziggler.
Oh my God! Well, I completely glossed over that huge surprise that happened on Raw with that Fatal 5-Way Intercontinental. That's so weird to say. We said that all day long, but they do.
It's not that it's weird that the match happened. It's just saying Fatal 5-Way sounds weird. Because I tweeted that and people were like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, it just sounds weird. We're so used to it saying Fatal 4-Way, you know. It just sounds strange. But go ahead, what you were gonna say.
Yeah, Fatal 5-Way match. Owens pins Tyler Breeze to take the Intercontinental title from Dean Ambrose. I'm obviously very excited for KO, and it makes sense because if Dean Ambrose had gone in to the main event at FastLane with the Intercontinental title, and then people would have said, well, he has no chance to win. But now that he doesn't have the Intercontinental title, he's being looked at as more of a viable threat to actually become number one contender. So I like the decision all the way around, and I absolutely expect KO to retain the IC title. The only way he doesn't is if they just made him a transitional champion and he goes on to face Undertaker or some other huge opponent at WrestleMania, which I would also love. But right now,
we should have saved stuff like that you're saying for the ending, but it kind of ties into this match anyway. So
it ties into the match. So right now my gut instincts are telling me KO retains because he literally just won it. So
yeah, KO.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I like both of these wrestlers, and I'm glad Ziggler is getting a shot, but I don't see him winning. You know, it's nice that he was put into the match. And I was going to say that we really need to save that for the ending. but because we're not on that match. But I was surprised to see KO win. But now at least it gives Dean the opportunity to go into that, and he can move on and do other things. But whatever. So the United States Championship, Kalisto versus Alberto Del Rio, 2 out of 3 falls match.
I really like the 2 out of 3 falls stipulation. I think it adds more intrigue to the match. And the other thing it does is pretty much ensure that we're done with this feud, which I think is what everybody wants because Kalisto won, then he lost, then he won, then he lost. You know, the seesaw effect with the title. We've talked before how much that frustrates us. I fully expect Kalisto to retain. But because it's WWE, I wouldn't be surprised if Del Rio did win it back. But if he does, I'm going to be very angry. But I think this is probably going to be one of the matches of the night. Either way.
Also, I wanted to say that at least they're adding interesting stipulations. Like I like when they add certain stipulations to certain matches. And I really, really like Kalisto, and I would be mad too if Alberto Del Rio won, because like you were saying, it would be the Kalisto won, then he lost again, and I don't want to see win loss, win loss, win loss, win loss. Exactly. It needs to Kalisto needs to stay winning, and then if like they're ending the feud, so end it and let him win. But I'm gonna choose Kalisto, but I wouldn't be surprised if Del Rio won because you know how WWE acts.
Exactly. If WWE is smart, they have to realize that Del Rio is a bit of a stronger character than Kalisto is right now. Like Kalisto's just based entirely on skill for the most part. So Kalisto kind of needs a championship more than Del Rio.
Right. I was just about to say, I think it's helping him with the title. You know, finally somebody with skill that's underused is being used. You know.
Exactly.
So I don't want to see this, but Ryback, Big Show, and Kane versus the Wyatt family. Like, I really, really love Kane. I love the Wyatt family, but not all these big guys jumbled in one match. Like, I don't want to see that. And I definitely really don't want to see Big Show or Ryback. I really cannot stand them. Raz knows how much I really don't like them, especially Big Show.
Yeah, I really can't stand them either. But Wyatt family will get a win here, and this is what this is all about, is making the Wyatt family look strong, particularly if it's what everybody thinks is going to happen at WrestleMania with Bray Wyatt. But again, we'll see.
Right, I think that, well, yeah, you could save that part, but I was going to say that, we could say it doesn't matter. We could always elaborate on it more towards the end.
Well,
but hold on, with the Wyatt family, obviously they're gonna have them win to make them look incredibly tough for the topic we are going to talk about later. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
A good way to say it.
The Wyatt family has been getting built up really strongly and really incredibly well, and that should continue. And thank God it's finally happening. I don't know what took them so long. I don't know why they had to even freaking break up the Wyatt family first before they started making them relevant, but thank God that they are.
Exactly. So we're going for the Wyatt family. Like, don't get me wrong. I really, really love the Wyatt family, and I think they're great. And I love seeing them. And I also love Kane. But, like, just the idea of all of them together makes me really not want to see that. Like, they're all big guys, and you know what it's like when a bunch of big guys wrestle. It's sloppy. And especially Big Show. My gosh, I don't like him. I'm sorry if he's watching this right now, but I don't like him. But anyway, do you want to add anything before we move on?
No, that's basically that I wanted to say about it is that Undertaker, the Wyatt family just needs to win here. I feel like these three guys are just in the ring to give the Wyatt family something to do at FastLane.
So next match is So the next match, sorry, we're live and we can't exactly edit it. If we weren't live, we would be completely editing out most things, and it sounded honestly like the whole somebody's shelf fell in the back. But anyways, AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho, your boy Chris Jericho.
It's gonna be amazing this match, and this is gonna be the best match of the feud. And we gotta give ourselves a shout out because did we or did we not predict this very thing last week? We said the third match at FastLane, and it happened.
Yeah, well, you always have to have that magical third number, though. It's always the 3. You know, just like and when a match ends 1, 2, 3, it's not 1, 2. And then, you know, if you're gonna have a feud, you don't have it four times. You don't have it twice. You don't have it once. You have it 3 times. So it's a nice way to end a feud. So I'm gonna let you continue because Jericho is your boy. But obviously, this will be a fantastic match again.
Jericho is my boy, but I think, you know, he's just doing what he's doing. I love the fact that they realized they needed to turn him heel because of how over AJ was. Like, you can't, I mean, you should be able to do it, but it doesn't seem like you are able to do any more of the match of respect between two guys. And Jericho just works better as a heel. He's one of the best heels that the business has ever seen, and it's been so long since he's been able to do it. So I love everything about this feud. I expect AJ to go over like gangbusters, but it's going to be an exhausting 20, 25 minute, maybe even 30-minute match. Like, this is going to be the second main event of the night, or at least it should be. And AJ will get a very definitive win on Chris Jericho, and it'll be great.
Yeah, I figure, you know, you need to have Jericho at least win once, but he wins the first. Obviously, AJ Styles wins the first, then Jericho won the second, and then AJ Styles wins the third match.
Yeah, and
it doesn't matter, honestly, if Jericho wins because it won't affect him.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
it's not like if some jobber or underused person is facing.
And Jericho's
really won't hurt either way. Sorry, go ahead.
Exactly. Jericho's doing what established veterans should be doing right now, which is putting younger talent over, or lesser known talent, I guess I should say in the case of AJ. He's an 18-year veteran, but he's younger in terms of WWE. So.
Well, yeah, I think because he's AJ Styles, he needs to have a win in WWE, and it's not. I mean, he lost against Jericho once, but I'm saying, like, either way, I don't think it would really hurt them, but especially because Jericho is more over when it comes to WWE, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's already been there longer,
and
obviously.
It gives them a reason to do a third match, because if Jericho hadn't won that middle match, then there would be...
What would be the point?
Yeah. So it just makes better sense. And it's a huge deal for AJ Styles. For him, his first one-on-one match at a WWE pay-per-view is against Chris Jericho. That's a huge deal.
Oh yeah, definitely. And they're always, the both of them are just great. So
yeah, this is gonna be the reason to watch FastLane, other than the other main event. But yeah,
and that's what I was gonna say. Like, I wasn't really because FastLane's always or the pay-per-view before, you know, the road to WrestleMania, like not counting the Royal Rumble, is usually a throwaway pay-per-view, you know, which I don't even know why they bothered to have a pay-per-view after the Rumble, but that's a whole nother video, and that's what we talk about. We've talked about, I think we've touched on some episodes of No Turning Back and in Skype calls, but I feel like, I think everyone was saying that, you know, this wasn't really going to be a good pay-per-view, but I'm hoping they prove us wrong, and I think they're actually trying a little bit, you know, because there are actually some good matches on here, and there's 2 Divas matches, so if they weren't trying, I don't think they would have done that. But anyway, getting on to actually continue if you wanted to add anything.
I was just going to say that's what we had heard, is that they were trying to make FastLane a stronger pay-per-view, and, you know, the whole anything can happen on the road towards WrestleMania thing, and this is like the last stop before WrestleMania, so it makes sense that it's coming off being booked well.
So. Exactly. Okay, so the main event, Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, triple threat match to determine Triple H's opponent at WrestleMania.
I am still upset that Triple H is champion. I'm sorry, but I just don't think there was any reason for Triple H to win the title at the Royal Rumble, because if you're going to have Roman Reigns versus Triple H at Mania and finish that feud at Mania, then why did Triple H have to get involved in the Rumble? Why didn't they just let Roman keep the title and then have that one-on-one match? I still think that's what's going to happen. I still think it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Triple H for the title at Mania. But what I will say, and I think what you agree with, is that they've done a really, really good job the last couple of weeks of making both Brock Lesnar and particularly Dean Ambrose look really, really strong in this build. And if Dean Ambrose wins, it's not going to be like, oh my God type thing anymore. It's going to be like, okay, they actually gave us something new and different and unexpected. But I definitely think it's got to be either Roman Reigns or Dean Ambrose. I don't see Brock Lesnar winning this match. I will be very surprised if he does.
Well, like we were saying, because it kind of talking about WrestleMania, but Brock Lesnar just looks strong, period. He doesn't really have to do anything to look strong simply because he's Brock Lesnar, So you just stick him in there and you automatically kind of know he's strong. And then for Roman, they've always tried to been hyping up Roman Reigns. And then what we saw, that Dean would kind of get the short end of the stick and not exactly look strong. But then, like Raz was touching on, which he said it perfectly when we were talking about it with Kevin Owens, that we both were not expecting him to lose. So now everyone was saying, does that open up the door for Dean to win? They're making him look incredibly strong.
And Dean actually has gotten a stronger build going into this match.
Yeah, exactly.
Roman's kind of been the afterthought, which is just brilliant booking, because now it gives people a reason to want to watch the match instead of thinking, it's
exactly, instead of looking, Roman's just going to win.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar, I don't see winning. I mean, he always is involved in some sort of title match, but he's going on to probably feud with Bray Wyatt. But I like how they booked this, that they're not making it really obvious who could win. I still see kind of Roman Reigns winning, but also I'm like, could Dean possibly win? I'm actually really hoping he wins. Like, I want him to win. Like, he got the IC title, which we were so happy for. And then, he lost it, which if he wasn't going to get this opportunity to be in this match, I sort of might have been a little bit frustrated. But then it's like it went to Kevin Owens, who is also very talented. But I really hope Dean Ambrose wins. I really do. I really do.
Dean Ambrose winning would be so
He's talented,
unexpected, and it would very much be like what Seth Rollins was. It would be the more undersized, athletic kind of guy that can really go, versus the big beast type of wrestler in the main event at WrestleMania. The only thing is that for whatever reason, management, particularly Vince, is just really, really high on Roman Reigns. I keep reading that they want Roman Reigns to win the title back at WrestleMania and then, have a really serious 6-month run, and then probably have Seth Rollins take it back from Reigns when Seth Rollins comes back. But I still think that the smarter choice would be Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose can just do so much more on the mic. He's so much more engaging. He's so much more entertaining. And
the fans are over with him. He's not a shoved down your throat like Roman is. Not that I don't like Roman. I really, really love Roman. But I love Dean more. And
exactly.
I feel like he deserves it.
Exactly. And if you want to think outside the box, really outside the box, the only way Brock Lesnar would win this match is to set up a match between Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, like they officially, quote-unquote, turn on each other at FastLane. And that sets up that match. But the problem with that is it leaves Bray Wyatt with nothing to do. Like we touched on earlier, everyone kind of believes that Bray Wyatt's going to come back out and cost.
Which is why they are
Lesnar
making
this match.
them look so strong, by the way. Sorry, go ahead, continue.
Exactly. So yeah, I wouldn't see a point in that happening if that's not the direction they were going to go, because there's no one else on paper that's strong enough to carry Bray Wyatt in a WrestleMania match right now. So I'm going with Roman, just because I think there's still a long-term plan that WWE hasn't finished, but I really want them to change it. I really think Dean versus Triple H would be such a better match.
Yes, and it wouldn't be predictable. But yes, I think we're pretty much saying that our prediction is Roman Reigns, but we want Dean to win, which I think a lot of people probably agree with us that are watching, or if they see this later. But I was going to add something, but I forgot what I was going to say. Would you like to add anything else? Oh, by the way, obviously they're making the Wyatt family look strong so that Bray Wyatt can face Brock Lesnar later, because you can't have Brock Lesnar or going into a match with Brock Lesnar and look weak or not have a viable opponent for him.
Right, and they're doing a better job with Bray Wyatt against, which I know this is probably something to irritate you, but they're doing a better job making Bray Wyatt look strong going into a match with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania than he ever did going into a match with Undertaker at WrestleMania.
True, but I think it's just because it's Taker that honestly anything against Undertaker kind of annoys me. But Undertaker's gotten a little upper hand like that too with Brock Lesnar. But anyway, yeah, it does kind of annoy me. But at least they're making it like a watchable match. You know?
Yeah, so that's FastLane. So,
you know what I wanted to add actually, since I think we'll go into something. Well, it's kind of, I guess we could talk about it at the end. But Undertaker was supposedly rumored to be in that big 6-man tag team match, which would have set up. They do that, and then it would have set up the next night for Undertaker, and then Undertaker versus Braun Strowman. But that was nixed, thank goodness. But they're having him look strong for Brock Lesnar, not Undertaker. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I just wanted to quickly add. But what do you want to touch into next?
Well, I think that, this is like the running theme on No Turning Back every week, and people think, well, you're just doing it because he's in your username. But no, there's actually continues to be a legitimate reason to talk about who Undertaker's opponent will be, because
we actually don't know this time. We usually know by this time of the year, and I kind of like the fact that we don't really know who he's facing. It's not that it's predictable, but it's like predictable in terms of like we already know who his opponent's going to be. So when he comes out, we go, okay, so he's going to face Bray Wyatt. Like last year, we completely already knew by this time. But now when he returns, or now whatever night it happens to be, we're like, could this be Undertaker's opponent? Could he come out now? Or if Undertaker comes out first, we go, okay, so who's he facing? I like kind of not knowing.
I do, and I think
kind of like that.
Here's what I think is happening. I think this whole Vincent J. McMahon Excellence Award has to either go to Undertaker's opponent or the Undertaker. It's the only thing that makes sense is they're using that award to move that storyline forward. Because who else on paper deserves an award called Legacy of Excellence other than Undertaker, or someone that Undertaker would be frustrated over getting it instead of him? You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah, no, I think it would also, because everyone's hurt and they kind of need to hurry up and build for the pay-per-view, what better way to kind of like introduce or kind of like, I don't know how to say it, but like start the storyline, I guess, than to have a reason for Undertaker to come back, because like that would kind of start off the feud and it would kind of build into, what the match is going to be.
Yeah, exactly. And the other reason that we're bringing this up, besides we think it might be the Vincent J. McMahon Award that starts it, is that this week the news came out that there's a leading candidate for Undertaker's opponent.
Wait, can I say it? Can I say it? Okay, well, first of all, the news broke.
I was just gonna say that it's gonna make people crap their pants. If
Yeah.
it's perfect.
So the first news that came out was, well, first of all, we still had no idea. There was just rumors, and first it was Braun Strowman versus Undertaker, which got bashed because, no one wants to see that. And then there was still Cena rumors, and then KO could possibly, but apparently they shot down that idea. And then rumors broke that WWE does have an opponent. They're just keeping it from us. And supposedly it's someone not on the roster. It's someone either not signed with WWE or is not a current wrestler. So we were all thinking, who could that possibly be? And then the news broke out that, okay, if it's not somebody currently wrestling, who do you think that is? Because everyone else is hurt. Sting. It broke out either Goldberg or Sting, but I think obviously mainly people want to see Sting. And if that is the case, because you know how long people have been waiting for that, people are, like Raz was saying, are going to crop their pants.
Yeah, it's a feud that people have been wanting for the last 10 or 15 years, particularly back in the whole 22111 thing. People were shocked and angry and just, wanted to give up on wrestling when that was Triple H and not Sting. Because the way they did those promos, they hid Taker's cloak to make you think that it was Sting's cloak. They had pouring down rain, which was a Sting thing in WCW. Like, they had all of this stuff that just screamed Sting, Sting, Sting. And it did not happen.
And then people were saying it kind of looked like there's a second person in that promo as well.
Right.
But
which they were saying the guy in the house is Sting. And it ended up being Triple H, of course. And Triple H, that was a great feud, don't get me wrong. It was a wonderful 2 matches, particularly the second match. But they still missed a huge opportunity for Sting back then. So at least now, with the streak not being there, it's a little bit more of an intrigue because it literally is icon versus icon, legend versus legend. Sting has not had a win at a pay-per-view since he's come to WWE. Is WWE really going to make him go 0-3 on pay-per-view? But
then it's like you can't have Undertaker go 21-2 or 22-2 because that significant one needs to stay one, and I don't think he should lose anymore. But I like that because it's like, then who's going to win it? It's not really predictable, like you were saying.
Exactly. I was just going to say, it just adds more intrigue to it. I still think Undertaker wins the match because of what you said, but the fact that the streak's not there just makes the fact that it's somebody on Sting's level that much more of an intrigue to it.
Exactly. And I just can't believe the news broke. Like, we're just... Like, that is just amazing. First of all, before it was said about the mystery opponent, it said somebody unexpected. Then it changed to where he's not signed with WWE. He is not currently wrestling, or he's not on the main roster. And I'm like, who could that possibly be? And then now all the rumors broke that could be Sting. Like, that would be fantastic. Honestly, if that is the case, I don't care that half the roster is hurt. I would love to have seen Cena or Jericho or whoever else, but we've been waiting so long for Sting. And even if Sting loses, like, it's just the fact that... It would be just the fact that to see those two together in a ring. Because we've never actually seen them anywhere near each other. So.
And it would be great for Sting, because I don't want... The Hall of Fame obviously means that his career is pretty much over, but I don't want him to go out the way he went out, getting injured and not being able to go out under his own terms.
Well, better way to go out with facing The Undertaker. And Sting, even before he went to WWE, has always said he's wanted to face Undertaker.
Yeah, that's always one of his lifelong dream match goals.
Which is everybody's goals.
Yeah,
he is goals.
So it just all fits. Now, just to play devil's advocate, the other names would not be so bad. Bo Goldberg would not be so bad. Not from a backstage standpoint. I don't like him as a person, but it would be something completely unexpected. We haven't seen Goldberg in how many years in WWE. definitely be something different, which is always good. It would be great if it was Finn, because NXT doesn't count as the current Raw and SmackDown roster.
Yeah. Technically, they don't count as the main roster, so that would
Right.
also add to the rumors. Oh, Demon Finn Balor would be amazing. But
And Demon versus the Demon of Death Valley. It just writes itself. So
exactly.
it that would be a great match. There's endless possibilities in terms of what unexpected could mean.
Exactly. That's
But
why I'm really excited. I mean, I'm always excited for Undertaker to return, but I'm even more excited now because we don't know who he's going to face. We don't know when he's going to show up. Then when he does, we don't know if his opponent's going to show up first or he's going to show up first. So I'm very, very excited. Very excited. Sorry if you see a pimple on my face.
I would the way I would do it. I don't know if WWE would do it this way, but the way I would do it was have Undertaker, win this award, have Undertaker come out, be standing in the ring, and people were like, be thinking, "Oh my God, is he retiring? Like he has no opponent. What's going on?" All of a sudden, lights go out again, lightning strikes. Then there's spotlight up in the Raptors, and Sting is just doing his Raptors thing with the baseball bat, just pointing down at Undertaker. That would be the best, most chill, spine tingling moment of all time. Just because that's when Sting was at his best. For those that weren't WCW fans or haven't seen much WCW,
Or we're like, children, very young children during the time of WCW.
exactly. Sting, the imitating Crow character of Sting was imitating because he's a lot like Undertaker. He doesn't need to speak to get a point across. So
They both don't.
So him just pointing his bat at Undertaker would be just like, oh my God, it's happening.
You don't get that with other wrestlers. There's only certain, because with other feuds, you need like constant talking. But all you have to do is have like a stare down or like you said, a pointing, and that would just be enough to like start the feud or continue the feud. And like you're saying, that would be like the award would be a good way to set up the feud, to start something, And
right.
the only other, there's been other times because Undertaker is one of the wrestlers that literally could just stand there and everything would right itself. But same with Sting, he's kind of another character like that, and then adding him with Undertaker is just even more perfect.
Right.
But the only other time we've gotten like a really good like no talking at all is when Undertaker and Triple H had that stare down from 2/21/11.
Exactly.
That was another perfect thing where words did not matter at that point. It was just perfect.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to compare it to, because that's what everybody wanted back then when they got Triple H. So it would be perfect for Undertaker to get another silent challenge kind of deal where they're like, okay, well, this can work too. And now you're getting what you wanted, 3 or 4 years ago.
And every comment anywhere, even if it has nothing to do with Undertaker, everyone's always like Sting versus Undertaker, Sting versus Undertaker. So if this finally happens, you won't get us complaining anymore. Although there's always those people that complain on there, but that's another story.
And for those that don't know, Sting is my number 2. My wrestling, favorite wrestlers order goes Chris Jericho, then Sting.
And mine's Taker.
Then Kevin Owens. So the idea that, Undertaker and Sting will finally happen will be good for both of us, because it'll be a lot more, as much as I want to see Undertaker versus Jericho still someday at WrestleMania.
But that can happen at another point.
Yeah. Undertaker doesn't have to be done yet. Jericho doesn't have to be done yet. That can happen next year, the year after. Sting is a situation where it needs to happen now, because he doesn't have much time left in his body.
Exactly. Even before he was like healthy, he's 56. There's only or 57, one of the ages. There's almost only so amount of time.
Right.
The match needs to happen now, not later, because if it doesn't happen now, it's not going to happen later.
Exactly. And Sting is one of the few guys that's older than Undertaker in this business, which is saying a lot, because there's not too many of them.
Exactly. And even though people want to see Sting versus Undertaker more than anything. Even the fact that, could you imagine them staring down each other would be literally amazing. But, even with, a lot of people want to see Cena versus Taker because they've never had a proper feud, or even The Rock versus Undertaker. They actually are very lacking with each other in their careers, which is surprising. Um, those matches can always happen later because they're always like, even though The Rock does movies, he's very active, and then Cena's always in wrestling, so those matches can happen down the later down the road. Sting versus Undertaker is not going to happen later. It needs to happen now, or it's not going to happen ever. And how long has everybody always been saying it's probably not going to happen? And then this is a really good chance that it could happen.
Yeah, this is the only chance they've got. If Sting's got one more match in him, it cannot be against anyone else but Undertaker.
And what way would that be to end your career, even if you lose to him, to end your career with facing Undertaker, not only facing Undertaker, but at WrestleMania?
Exactly. So. I mean, that would be the biggest disappointment in wrestling history. If Sting comes back at WrestleMania and faces anybody but Undertaker, like, just no.
Nope. Oh, and by the way, speaking of Undertaker, if he does return tomorrow or on Monday, I will be doing a live reaction, like I said at the beginning, for Raw. I will be doing a live reaction, not FastLane, because like I said, The Walking Dead's on. And I'll be watching FastLane, just I won't be filming my live reaction. But either way, you are getting an Undertaker reaction from me. So if you want to see me react live to The Undertaker, you need to go and subscribe to this channel if you are not already, or get other people to subscribe. But anyways,
and
would you
also,
like to add anything?
And just to see me do the only thing that would cause me not to watch Undertaker come to the ring, because I would just be
as if everything explodes between now and then. Exactly. But would you like to add anything else?
No,
before we move on to the final topic?
This is going to be a really, really, really good thing if it happens. Undertaker versus Sting. Any of the other names on the list would be really good too. And that's like you were saying. That's
preferably Sting, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, that's what's made this year so good. I wish, it almost makes me wish that they would have kept Undertaker's opponent more of a mystery from now on, because it's given us like a whole month's worth of discussion.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, look what the like, what is the word for it? Look at the frenzy it's caused by us not knowing, because we usually always know. And look how much of a frenzy topic it's been in a discussion, or kind of almost a debate in a way. Like how much, oh, I had a better word. How much stuff it's generated, you know?
Yeah.
But it's hard to keep secrets nowadays with social media, but they should do that all the time.
Exactly.
Like who could possibly face it? So I guess in a way the injuries almost, that's what the good that's come out of this good that's come out of all the injuries, you know, is that there's not the predictability factor, and it's also helped other stars as well. But mainly speaking for Undertaker, at least that's one good thing it came out of all the injuries.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right.
Well, so didn't you want to touch on Finn?
He came back. Okay. He's been injured, but it wasn't a serious enough injury to strip him from the NXT title, which is great. And he came back at a recent live event, and he started using his secondary finisher. I apologize, I forget the name of it. I know the name of it, it's just not in my head, and I'm trying to wrap up this extremely long episode because I think I also have food in front of me, which is what the live interruption was earlier, so I'm trying not to eat ice cold food too. But yeah, Finn's back, which is great. We have not, like I said, my schedule changed. It's probably going to be this way from now on, is I'm not going to be able to watch NXT on Wednesdays. NXT is going to be a weekend thing for me. So you're probably going to see like the reviews on Mondays from now on, which is just the unfortunate thing. So I don't know who the number one contender for the NXT title is. I'm assuming it's Samoa Joe, but at least, you know, that match can still go on now, whatever that match is. And I'm glad that Finn is back. I hope that they leave the door open for him to come to WrestleMania, but it'd be a difficult thing because you normally wouldn't see a guy work a big, high-profile match 2 nights in a row. And if he's going to face Undertaker did the night before, have to defend the NXT title, I don't know if that's going to work or not.
I think he probably would drop the title if he was going to get a chance to face Taker.
Yeah,
but could you imagine being like, not that he's a new guy, but you know what I mean, like in terms, because he's not exactly on the main roster. Could you imagine being in Finn's place, getting to face Undertaker? Like that would be quite amazing. But yeah, sorry, like what Roz was saying, we're gonna wrap it up quickly because he has food in front of him. That was what you saw all the commotion before, or heard all the commotion.
Yeah. Normally when the door is shut, they know not to come in, but I guess because there was food, they wanted to come in. But anyway, yeah, this has been a very enjoyable episode. I enjoyed doing it a lot. It seems like these episodes are getting better. Like I'm not trying to be tooting our own horn, but it seems like we're doing much better with like not cutting each other off. Both of us are saying a lot of stuff. It's WrestleMania just brings out the best in a wrestling fan. Yeah. It just does. It just does.
Or like we kind of finish each other's sentences. Like I'll say something and then you just kind of like talked after that. We've only done it maybe twice, but like you're saying, we've done pretty well this episode. So anyways, comment down below what we talked about. Comment down below, I don't know, anything else, you know, what you want to see on the show.
Follow at NTB WWE to get updates on No Turning Back. You know, we're going to be doing questions.
Just read the description.
Yeah, we're going to be doing question of the week, probably. We're going to be bringing people on for WrestleMania seasons. Like, this podcast is only going to get bigger and better. So.
Exactly. So don't forget to comment down below. And we were going to do a question of the day, but there was too much to talk about. And since it's WrestleMania season, like, that's not really the topic. Oh my gosh, the pimple is really bothering me. So anyways, I enjoyed this episode, so comment down below, and we will see you next week. Oh, and I'm doing a review, like the night of Sunday. I'm going to do a review of, what's it called? I almost said Royal Rumble, FastLane, and then it's going to be my Raw reactions with Raz, probably an Undertaker reaction. I mean, if he's there.
And my FastLane review will be up on Monday, just because.
And then. There you go. You heard it right there. And then on Saturday when we do No Turning Back, it'll be mainly it'll be the WrestleMania build, because obviously it starts this Monday, the build. We can quickly touch on what happens on like Raw and FastLane, because that'll also set up the start to WrestleMania. You know, like what actually is going to happen.
And since I have to move the NXT reviews to the weekend, I'm going to start doing more solo videos during the week. Like, I already have a couple of ideas for solo wrestling videos. A lot of them have been in my head for a couple of months. So I'm going to get those out. So don't think my channel is all about movies and TV, because it's not. It's just a matter of, like, I only have so much time in the day, and I'm trying to fit everything in. So.
Oh, and I also did a review on The Walking Dead, and I've done a couple of those videos before that, but they were season 5 and they were a while ago. So if you want to see that, I'll put the playlist link down below as well. I do videos on The Walking Dead. Like I said, I want to do more videos, not just on wrestling, which wrestling will always be a main thing. Even if it like even if I'm talking about the iPad, you know, wrestling will be on there, because I'll have an Undertaker picture or whatever wrestling picture. But yeah, look out for a review from Raz, from me, Raw reactions from us, and No Turning Back next week. We officially start the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, check out the Walking Dead video. It's a great video. I enjoyed the heck out of it. Just forgot to comment on it. And check out her vlog, too, if you guys missed that. She did a first vlog.
I did a vlog for the first time.
And that was really entertaining.
Oh, and by the way, I'm going to wrestling March 25th and I think April 25th. So I'm going to be vlogging on those days as well. So
awesome. So a lot of things happening. Basically what we're saying is, if you enjoy this show, watch us by yourself too, because we're still entertained.
Subscribe to Raz. Don't forget, like he said about his NXT reviews, which you should watch, and then you should watch his review as well, and you should go subscribe to him as well, and what I said about my videos. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here unless you want to say anything.
No, I was gonna say we're getting goofy now, so I think we're going to sign off. But yeah, we really appreciate you guys, and we have a blast doing this, so we hope you have a blast watching it.
And you guys know you always enjoy my Undertaker reaction. So that'll be there too. And yes, I'm going to do more vlogs. I just have to find the time to vlog. And if I'm not doing anything interesting, I'm not going to vlog. So anyways, see ya before I go on a tangent. Anything else?
No, I'm good. See you
All right.
guys. Gals.
Bye.